Good afternoon. Welcome to my panel at Portland Retro Gaming Expo 2022. My name is Pat Contri. Thanks for having me here. You guys having fun today so far? You finding some good deals out there? What's a good deal you got? 1, 2, 3, say it. No good deals. Okay. Nothing good.
A certain SNES guidebook.
Certain SNES guidebook. Oh, well, thank you. This is actually my 10th PRGE. I had to count it because obviously we were gone for a couple years in between here. I first came in 2011 when this was a very small event at the Doubletree Hotel down the street a few blocks, and it was like maybe 250 people, 300 people. And to see it transform over the years has been amazing. Now there's like, what, 10,000 people at least probably here this weekend. It's like gigantic. And it's great. And so I wanted to kind of use this panel, not just as like a retrospective of what's been happening in the past 10 years and what I've been up to, but I know it's an interesting reflection point. I've been doing the content now for 14 and a half years. I started in 2008 on YouTube and sort of progressed forward. So I don't have this stuff out here to brag or to say that it's available at ultimatenintendo.com or that it's at my booth. It's just sort of illustrate like a progression of like the activity I've done. That's Frank, by the way, on the screen there. So I guess you could say like in the beginning, every person that created content, for the most part, was interested in retro games and ended up creating content. So I was a game collector since '97 or so, 25 years ago. And so, you know, you go through college, you go on eBay when it's first getting started and finding deals, going to flea markets and swap meets and garage sales and finding stuff. And, you know, YouTube pops up in the mid-2000s, 2005, 6, 7, it gets a little popular. And people start creating content that are retro gamers or are interested in retro games. And that's where I sort of started. And I guess that's what this illustrates here, Pat, the NES Punk videos and Flea Market Madness. And it was sort of the first time I guess I was documenting game history, even in a goofy way, even if it was like having jokes or getting choked by an evil robot named Rob the robot. And it was just interesting because at that point it was like the Wild West of creating content. There weren't like big networks, there wasn't money on YouTube. It was just like you're putting out stuff and this is what we're doing, this is what we like, and seeing what hits. And then within a few years, you get to the point where you find others that do the same thing, and you start, you know, talking to them and maybe collaborating, discussing the same interests. And so that led to me, you know, working with Retroware TV, and I helped run this. I ran the site with Rue from Clan of the Grey Wolf for like 2 years, 2012 and 13. And we did something. John DeLee came up with the idea. I came up with the name for the video game years. And so that was a more serious attempt of documenting video game history in a way. Because at the time, there wasn't really anything being done like that to document game history. I know it's a VH1 style sort of thing. I'll run a clip here. I'm going to do a clip of some of this stuff. Where's the trailer for Video Game Years? Just to give you an idea if you're not familiar that we did this show.
You're playing with power.
We had Rob the Robot and the Zapper, the light gun, and those two things made it seem like the technology was really different and new. So it was actually a slam dunk to sell it.
We have kind of another company, Coleco, putting out the Coleco Vision, which is actually a really wonderful system.
The Genesis is actually a dumbed-down version of Sega's arcade hardware, the System 16, which is why a lot of those games looked pretty authentic.
Atari lost $80 million in 1 quarter. Consumers are fickle.
You know, Atari, you know, broke the bank and for E.T.
So what E.T. was a real challenge, an incredible personal challenge, to do a game, a complete game, that quickly.
TV's first video arcade game show, Starcade.
Respecting the video games, it showed off new games, esoteric ones, and the popular ones.
first game with a cutscene, the first game with power-ups. It established a main genre, and it's gone on to influence many games even today.
The game that brought back video games in North America.
The enemies are right, the characters are all there. It's pretty much everything you'd ever want in a Turtles game, just wrapped up into a neat little package and then put into an arcade.
There was a lot to it. It was more complicated than any game I knew at the time, and it was sort of like a community effort to figure this game out.
That sort of narrative structure, which is present in most video games today. Again, it did not exist before he introduced it to Donkey Kong.
That was the video game years. I don't know how many of you have seen that, but so at the time when we did that, there wasn't a lot of, we'll just say more professional video game content. There was only King of Kong was a documentary, and I think Indie Game the movie, and Video Games the movie I think might have been out, which was like a, a presentation of history very, very quickly. So I think that was an interesting time because you come from people that start as collectors, become sort of mini preservationists, and then start doing this content because no one else really was at the time like that. And then obviously it's blown up now. Now there's so many documentaries. Netflix did their Power Up series, and there's one on, I think it was Crackle did their History of Video Games one a year or two ago, and now everyone's doing it. And now every 3 or 4 months is probably a video game documentary coming out. So that was interesting. And then like opportunities arose where I thought I could make my mark a little bit more, I guess, solid in terms of, doing like a giant resource guidebook. And so like that was, to me, not necessarily a logical step, but I was like, well, okay, there's not really something documenting every single game of a library in this way. And people will say, oh, it's on GameFAQs or it's on Wikipedia, this stuff. But all the information out there, it's not consolidated, it's not curated, sometimes it's incorrect that you find out when you start researching some of this stuff. And so that was interesting to sort of like jump into that first and figure out what goes into doing something like that. Actually, I'm going to put the picture. This is the first print run cover, which is different now. It's the first print run. It's different now. So yeah, thanks to anyone who backed that back in 2000 and I think it was late 2015, the Kickstarter. Who backed this? Anyone here backed the Kickstarter? Thanks so much, appreciate that. Because I had no idea if people would be interested in that or not. I was just like, I hope people will be interested in it, but you don't know because there wasn't really a book done like that at the time. So that was cool. Took a lot out of me, but it got done, and that led to this Super Nintendo book that came out a few years ago, the last one before COVID hit. I was here with it, and then next year will be N64. Yes. Signed up front. And then after that, maybe retirement. Because these take a lot of time. Each book is between 2.5 and 3 years. The N64 book is going to be over 3 years when all said and done on that. So that's what led me to other. I guess you get cred in the community by doing these things and trying these things. And so it brought other opportunities here and there. One chance that was brought to me back in 2018. We actually filmed here in 2018. I'm part of this documentary. I'm also executive producer and creative consultant. Was Not For Resale, a video game store documentary. And it's unfortunate that the pandemic happened because if it hadn't, we probably would have done a showing here in 2020 with the director here. Kevin James, the director, probably would have been here to show it and come back here. So it was interesting because it was like an Indiegogo that was out there that was struggling a little bit at the time. I'm like, okay, I'm going to spotlight it on the podcast, and then I'm going to ask these guys, do you need help? Monetarily, otherwise, making connections, getting interviews with people. So it was really interesting to sort of jump in and do that because it was very important, especially at the time when game stores were starting to kind of die out a little bit. And obviously the pandemic changed things, but It's also a celebration of physical media, not for resale. Let me get a clip. Where's that clip? We'll play this one here. I might have played this here 3 years ago. Did I have a panel 3 years ago myself? Listen.
I think when you buy digital, there's always, at least for me, a little bit of hesitation of like, okay, well, if I buy this now and I delete it, am I gonna get it back? Am I gonna be able to download it again? Is that license still gonna be mine? And I think now, obviously, because it's been around for a while, most of those fears are gone.
There's a lot less flexibility with digital media because it's attached to either the physical system itself or your account.
Very often, people, when trading in their games, will say enthusiastically that it's like, oh, I have this game and this game on the system, and that doesn't really add tangible value to the thing. Those digital downloads are tied to some account. It's not a licensing that's transferable. It's not an artifact that can be passed from one hand to the other. Yes, you have those things, but now no one else can.
Downloading has no value. They bring in systems that are like, I have 50 games on this, how much are you going to give me? Nothing. I'm going to give you the same price as if you had nothing on it.
Man, remember when video games required a manual? Remember when you couldn't finish that cartridge-based game unless you had the manual because there was a certain bit of information that was only in the manual? That's something that I think is not happening so much in video games these days. The ingenuity involved, or the creativity, involved in developing a game or creating a certain special situation in a game that requires you to think outside of the game itself is sort of waning a little bit. That's not happening as much.
They have like the remake of MGS1 for the GameCube, the Twin Snakes, which is made by Silicon Knights, I believe, which was an Ontario studio in St. Catharines, which is kind of cool. In the game, at one point you're asked to call this character, and Snake asks, like, how do I know the number? And the Colonel breaks the fourth wall by telling you to look at the back of the case.
There's a code that you need to input late game that is only on the back of the box or inside the manual.
I try really hard not to be, an old person who thinks that something was better in the old days, but the one concession I give myself is that with infinite choice, I don't think that young people are being forced to expose themselves to media that they maybe isn't their first choice anymore. When I was growing up, I didn't have cable TV, we had 5 channels, and I might watch a weird movie or some bad TV show that wasn't necessarily my first choice, but I would get something out of it, or I would discover, things through being forced to be exposed to something that was older or weirder. I think that you become a more well-rounded, interesting, creative person if you're exposed to media that isn't pushed onto you necessarily by people with corporate interests.
It used to be like a 1 gigabyte download was an incredible amount of time and effort, and you could probably pop down to the Best Buy and buy the game before you could finish downloading it at home. So I think broadband accessibility and adoption was a major driver of that.
I have a lot of problems with whenever I buy a new game, it always has to update the software, and it's just like an hour to wait for that. And the most recent thing I played was Zelda Breath of the Wild. It starts up, there's the blue bar, it says software update. The blue bar finishes, then it starts again. And this is blue bar number 2. And then after that, it does it again. There's three blue bars of software updates that I had to wait through. I do miss just putting in a game and then it just starts, that's it.
We still have developing nations where internet connections might be iffy or not even nationwide. I can go download a game that's 1 gigabyte pretty quickly. While living somewhere where you don't have a good internet connection, pretty impossible to do that. What about the military? You're in a forward operating base in Afghanistan. Internet might not be the best to get a new game. There's parts of the US in the sticks that don't have the best internet. You might be pro-digital distribution living in Silicon Valley, maybe not somewhere in West Virginia.
I have a lot of people that still don't have internet. They live in an area that just can't get high-speed internet. It's not fast enough, it cuts out. I live in a valley and there's no signal. Even places that you would think have high-speed internet do not. The road I live on, I take this issue kind of personally because I can't get high-speed internet where I live. My house is on the double yellow line. And so it's not like I'm on a gravel road or a single lane little dirt road out in the country, you know. I've had so many people say that they don't have internet that they need to update their console and things like that, that I actually have a TV set up here. I had this extra space here, had an extra TV. I was like, let's put this up here for people that need to update their console. If they don't have access to high-speed internet, they can update, download their DLC. Some people will bring their Xbox in, set it up, start the update, hand me the controller behind the counter, hey, I'll be back, and go to Walmart.
I honestly still get a lot of customers that don't have solid internet at home. So even selling an Xbox One console, for instance, you actually need the internet initially to set up the system at all. So we'll actually do a lot of setups here in the store for the customers so they can get their system ready to play whenever they get home instead of being frustrated that they can't set it up at all because they don't have, you know, a good internet connection.
People will call me and be like, is the TV open so I can update? And yeah, it's open, come on down. This has gotten a lot of use in that aspect.
All right, that was a clip from Not For Resale. That came out a few years ago. Whoops. Not sure who here has seen the movie. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Blu-ray. You can purchase it at my booth. So it's interesting just to just see what's happened the past 10 years. Again, since I first came here in 2011, the progression of how it's gone, even on the floor, it's gone from just people, you know, selling games to obviously WADA gets into grading games, and then you have Heritage Auctions start auctioning them off 2 years ago. And now on the floor, I saw something where it's a vault service where you mail your games to a central location. They keep it in a vault somewhere. Like, you don't have possession of it, and then they sell it for you from a vault. This is what's been transforming. It's really interesting to see. You want to call it evolution, you want to call it progression of the hobby, but this is where we are with things. And in between all this, obviously, you know, I've done a video game podcast with Ian, not completely unnecessary podcast, which started in 2013, and we've been covering this stuff. So it's just been an interesting sort of journey along the way. It has been. It's been interesting. It's been interesting. Could show a video that completed 2 weeks after the last PRGE. I can show it if you want to watch it. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I see it here. AVGN versus Pat the NES Punk in combat. I can show it if you want to watch it. It's up to you. You want to see it? Who here has seen this video? About half? And half haven't? Or you want to see it? Yes. Yeah. All right, let's play it. Why not? We got a half hour, right? We'll play this, and then we'll end with play the Punk Challenge afterwards. Might bring that back. I just gave it away. We'll bring it back. All right, this is, I think, a YouTube download. I downloaded, so the quality may not be the best, but yeah, I'll get the job done.
This video was brought to you by
sponsorship.
Nintendo. We get it. The new Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES.
Fast forward this.
Each gigantic.
Okay. Hey, I gotta keep the lights on.
How are you possibly enjoying this? This title is very important. It was one of the first one-on-one fighting games. But it's impossible to play. Easier to play the Rollin' Rocker with your feet cut off. In Karate Champ's defense, the arcade game had a unique control scheme using dual joysticks to both move and attack. Hey, how do you like these dual joysticks?
This is shit.
Hey, if you have that told this, or maybe someone will get their premium gift Karate Champ t-shirt. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'd rather wear a poncho made of fruit bat turds. How do you do that? You have to dry them and prime them first.
I think you'd rather wear that, but all right. What are we doing? It's the same routine with us year after year. All this bickering over old games. Games I think are pretty good, but then you just go and shit all over them.
I haven't shit on one in a whole 3 weeks.
I didn't know. And by the way, thanks for reading my copy of Danny Sullivan's Indie Heat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop reviewing awful games. That's what I do.
Sorry, you're right. It's very important reviewing games for society, these 35-year-old games. Very important for the culture. Just be cranky, just be cranky.
I'm begging you. Can we please stop playing this?
This is a quality game. You just have to learn the combat system.
Huh? Combat?
Yeah, combat.
Combat?
Yeah, it's a fighting game.
Combat?
Yeah, you use your fists.
Oh, combat.
Wait, are we talking about that old-ass game on that console that nobody cares about or even remembers anymore?
Combat.
Knock it off.
Knock off combat?
Ah! You know what, nerd? I'm a little bit tired of... What?
What the hell's wrong with you?
It's that dumb combat thing. I hate it. It reminds me of when you smashed the NWC cards.
Memories.
Wait, flashing back? That was so traumatic, but then you revealed to me it was all just a trick.
Remember that? Is that canon? Combat?
Knock it off.
For combat.
I'm warning you, stop it. Nah.
Oh, you're acting like somebody shoved a Sega Genesis up your ass with the Sega CD and 32X attachments on it.
The controller was combat. You didn't see it?
I think it's this dumb Karate Champ game rotting your brain. Maybe pick a good game, you won't be acting like a loon.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I've been a little burnt out lately. Let's play something else. Let's play this one.
Oh yeah, that one. That one only makes me throw up a little tiny bit in my mouth.
Now you're being reasonable.
Ah!
What? What's going on? My hair?
Ah! I saw it! Combat! You saw it too? Yeah, combat! You know, with the tanks? Pew, pew, pew! Look! More combat! My fucking Frogger! Street Fighter 2 on the PC's now combat! I had it on the PC. I had it! I had it on the PC! I don't anymore! Mother 2! No. That one costs money! Oh, come on! It's changing into combat! I don't like combat this much! Can you at least change to something rare worth money? Yeah, I don't know what I can do with these! Oh my god! And yet, it's changed too! It's even more reasonably priced now.
The next thing could change, but you know what? That might be an improvement.
Yeah, that one's an improvement. What? No, what the hell? Why can't this one change?
Oh, Atari gods out there far and wide, I apologize for insulting your name and brand over the years. The fact of the matter is, I enjoy a lot of your games. Centipede is fun, Missile Command, it's fine. I own the Atari Lynx. The Jaguar, well, let's agree to disagree there.
Why does this shit always happen when you are around? Get out of here, Pat!
Gladly.
And you're buying me a new Frogger mini tabletop arcade, too!
Oh, fluffer nutter.
What do we got here? A couple of retro gaming ladies? My name is Major Combat, and I don't like what I hear. Now, y'all might want to listen to someone with the power to transform objects into combat carts and back again.
What do you want with us?
The disrespect you show Atari and all the old timers. I will not let you two morons shit on the memory of classic consoles like the Odyssey 2, Mad Child Channel F, the Emerson Arcade in 2001, Valley Astrocade, and more.
The Astrovision?
You mean the Valley Professional Arcade?
Wasn't it also the Valley Computer?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you done gone pissed me off.
Your head's a combat card. So is yours, the later version.
I think your head's the original.
Is that the more common one?
Common Combat.
Huh? You all got jokes? Well, so do I.
What's this? Does this mean my balls are combat?
I got con balls. Yeah, combat balls. Con balls.
Why couldn't I get an NEP next?
Assholes! Time to teach you two worthless bags of crap a lesson in gaming history you'll never forget. You'll be forced to play a game of...
Keystone Capers?
Not bad.
What? No, you idiot! You'll be playing combat!
What a shocker.
The first cockroach to get 10 kills playing my glorious game will have the privilege of not having their collection turned into combat cards. Do you understand me?
That sounds great. We'll get our penises back first.
Balls too?
Combat was originally the pack-in title for the Atari VCS in 1977.
Yeah, it sure packs it in, doesn't it?
One of those
Passing the bullshit.
One of the most ubiquitous titles you'll find for the Atari 2600. It was a simple two-player game where you just go around the screen and just shoot your enemy.
So there's many variations of the tank game. Some has bunkers, sometimes they're invisible, sometimes the bullets ricochet off the walls. All with those glorious sounds. And you gotta love that. The tank's stuck.
Might take me 3 years, I'll get there. I'm gonna get there.
When you turn, it doesn't even look like a tank anymore. Like, what is this?
It's like the ultimate warrior symbol. It's a combat. You can just play until you get tired and throw the game back in your grandma's closet.
I'm gonna get you, gonna get you.
There's no AI going on here. This is good old two-player simultaneous action.
Sometimes when the tank gets shot, it causes like some kind of wormhole where the tank appears in a different space. It's basically like a bunch of tanks got loose on a Pong game.
Oh, ricochet hit.
Oh!
Not only can you not see the tanks, you can't see the shots in the invisible mode.
Where are you? Where are you?
Son of a bitch.
Then there's the biplane.
You mean biplane?
No, biplane.
That is biplane.
Where is your fucking goddamn sense of humor?
There you go, there comes the plane. It looks like a phone coming at you.
Don't shoot Snoopy.
Bunch of planes spinning around in the air.
Kind of hard to get a good turn radius with these things.
Oh yeah, to turn it takes you like 5 hours.
Turning is up and down. Left slows you down and right you go faster, so you have to get used to it. Jet fighter, you get two cacti that are supposed to be jets.
They look like jacks. Does anybody play jacks anymore?
The bullets curve when your plane moves.
Wow.
Oh shit! Gigantic plane chasing me.
Look at that.
Look at those graphics.
So what's better, one big plane or 3 little ones? One plane gets hit, all 3 spin.
It's like a red shark chasing after some minnows.
Look at how messed up this plane is. Look at that. You can't even tell what that is. Oh, and here we go. These are the jets.
It's like the biplane, but it looks like a paper airplane instead.
It's Battle of the Pizzas.
Neon pizzas?
It's neon pizzas shooting shit in the sky. So for a game as common as dirt, came with every Atari, it's not bad.
Wait a minute. We're reviewing the game. We're supposed to be playing against each other for the fate of our collections.
That's right.
All right, you ready?
Game on.
All right. That's one.
Yeah!
I never get a tire scrap. Makes my combat get this hard. Wait, I don't have it.
Don't you beat me.
There's no way all my shitty games are going to be turned into even shittier combat cards.
The value of my collection.
Time's gonna run out. We're tied. 4-4. Oh!
What?
We tied.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Do both our collections get changed?
I hope not. I hope neither.
I don't want anything to happen to your game collection.
Yeah, I don't want anything to happen to yours either. I mean, I don't hate you that much.
That's very touching. Thank you.
Fuck this competition. Fuck combat. I think our kind of friendship is more important than this stupid game.
You really mean it? Oh, nerd.
Hey, don't fucking touch me. Come on.
I've taught you two maggots a valuable lesson. You enjoyed playing that old game. We even did a review to boot. You've both learned the value of long-dead consoles. But feel free to trash that lane in television all you want. Makes you get line, boys.
Thanks, combat card.
Watch your balls. Stay frosty, nerds. Hoorah!
What just happened?
We ate one of Frank's brownies. Yeah, imagine it, like a daydream.
Yeah.
Double daydream. Yeah, that happens, right? Yeah. Got one of those for me?
Yeah, I got plenty.
Combat.
All right, there it is. So we got 15 minutes left. We can do like a 5-minute Q&A, and then we can maybe do a Play the Punk challenge where two people play a game where I challenge them to face each other and you win a prize. Maybe so. Any Q&A? Any questions? Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned that the N64 book has taken you the longest out of all three of them, and I was kind of surprised to hear that because it's the smallest library. So I'm wondering if has the scope of the book changed a lot, or is it going to be a lot different format-wise?
No, the format will be similar. It'll actually be like one page a game. The reason why the N64 book's taking longer is because I think to wrap your mind around reviewing 3D games, I think people took longer to get into that. You're actually sitting right in front of one of the editors on the book, Christina, one of the writers. Give it up to Christina over there. And I think transitioning from 2D to 3D, some people have like a mind block with that, and then being into the mindset of being able to review a game and not say, oh, it aged poorly because on the N64. It's like, no, you have to review it how it was then when it came out. That was part of it. Plus, the emulation's horrible for the N64. That's part of it. There's also a lot of racing games and stuff to sort of balance it out. But the emulation's bad on a lot of games. And plus, we want authentic-looking screenshots. So to do that via emulation, you need a powerful system with a good graphics card. Otherwise, it looks like a 90s PC game. It's too, it like undoes all the jaggies and it smooths it out too much, so you can tell it doesn't look like an N64 game anymore. So there's a lot of things like that that got into the delays, I'll just say. But a year from now here, knock on wood, it'll be out. We hope. Appreciate that. Other questions? Yes?
How long does it take to make like a video like that with all the takes and stuff?
How long does it take to make the video like the combat one?
Yeah.
Well, we filmed that in, that was while I was at Too Many Games. I was like 2018 and we filmed that. It came out in 19. We filmed that in like probably 7 hours or so, something like that, 7-8 hours. And then the editing's different. I wrote it in only 2 days. So it was actually like one of those things where sometimes when you have adversity in terms of like you have a short timeline, you turn out as a better product somehow. So I just wrote it like that, and it came out pretty well, I thought. Like, it was pretty quick. I wrote it like the week before we shot it. I was like, oh, we want to shoot something, and James trusts me to write the material because I've written for the AVGN character a handful of times before that, in other videos and on the marathon videos. I wrote half and he wrote half, so like he trusts me with the character enough to say, okay, Pat, write something and it'll be fine. And we did it, and it turned out good. I'm very proud of that video. And then my friend Yoshi did the great CG work on the combat card. Like, that's world-class. Guy worked on Star Wars in the past and doing a dumb little combat robot for me. So, yes?
I was kind of curious, like, where is that combat card? I mean, I kind of thought you might have brought it here.
Where is the combat card?
Yeah.
Like that was CG.
Okay, so
Yeah, that was a CG creation. It looks real, but it's a CG, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't, he designed it to look like stop motion. So that's a testament to how good Yoshi is. It looks like it was real. Yeah, I mean, he worked on episode 9, so he can work on Compact Car. So,
Is that Yoshi Boo?
it is Yoshi Boo. Also did the artwork, did the revamped artwork on the guidebooks and helped out with that. And CG work on the Super Nintendo book, like all the CG, all the hardware you see in the Super Nintendo book, it's all CG, it's not photography. And you wouldn't know unless I told you that, because that's how good he is. Like that. Any other questions? One more. Yes.
I just want to say thanks for like all the entertainment, like the Tommy Tallarico saga.
Well, I have a shirt here I can read off for you. I actually got this printed, little petty, but I don't mind. This is something he tweeted about me. I put it on a shirt, but it turned out to be a small, not a large, so I couldn't fit into it. This is the shirt. I should have someone read it. But he tweeted, "Yet nothing but a jealous, lying fraud who anointed himself the gatekeeper of retro, yet knows little before the NES. He has a horrible reputation in the community at this point. When Amico is a success, he'll be the Coleco chameleon of retro YouTubers, looking forward to it, rolling, crying, laughing face." That's what I tweeted out last year. So, am I the Coleco chameleon of YouTubers? I hope not. I hope not. All right. All right, let's do the Play the Punk challenge. Ready? Let's do it. Let's switch to the NES. I should do the little Play the Punk thing video. That's okay. All right, we'll put it on sleep mode on here. So I'm gonna pick 2 people to play a game against each other, and you can win a prize. You can win a digital download for the Super Nintendo book. I also have stickers. I have the Frank sticker, and I have the Pat sticker. There'll be prizes for all. Just if you win, you can get a download code with $25 value. How about that? All right, who wants to play a game? Who wants to play a game? Who has never played the Play the Punk challenge before? No repeats. Oh, you played before. Did you win or lose?
I won.
Not against me though.
Against you.
Which game?
TNC Surf Design.
That's the one I lost. That's the one I lost. I've only lost like once or twice Play the Punk challenge. You can come up. How about you, the Blockbuster hat? Come on up. All right. Give it up for them. What's your name?
Frank.
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 Another Frank. All right. What's your name?
I'm Danny.
Nice to meet you. Frank and Danny. Have a seat. I'll grab the controllers for you.
All right.
Yeah. Right my eye. I'm the other Frank.
The other Frank. All right. Which one is player 1? This is player 2. Okay. All right. I got to restart the system. Sorry. Got to hit that. So I usually pick some goofy games to play. This is the OG Power Pack. This came out before even the EverDrive, like way back from RetroUSB.com. So I got some challenges here. We can do Donkey Kong Jr. Meth. We can do Karate Champ. We can do that. We can do that. Let's do Karate Champ. That's always a fun one. Halfway there. All right. Okay. Sounds familiar. Yeah. Okay, hit start when you're ready. So you take Danny?
Danny.
Versus Frank. So Danny's player 1, Frank is player 2. Okay, here we go. Danny's in the white gi, Frank's in red. Good luck.
Let's just jump in, I guess.
All right, no warm-ups, let's go. Oh, Danny with the front kick to the gut. All right, here we go. Things first to 3 points. That was 1 point. Oh, turn around, jumping back, nice back kick. Oh, the sweep! The sweep from Danny. Up 2 points to nothing. Let's see if Frank can come back here.
Come on, Frank!
Let's turn around. Oh, missed the punch. Oh, kick in the tush. Frank comes back here.
I played this in the arcade too.
Oh, he played back in the arcade. It was probably easier with the dual twin sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Should have said that. If you lose, Frank, you have experience. Turn back around. Where's the manual? Turn back around. I know you can do this. There you go. Oh! It's tied. Is it tied? Or 2.5 to 1.5? It's hard to tell. I can't see. Oh. Judge? White? Okay, White got a half point, I think, for that. Up 1-0. 1 full point. Oh, jump kick! Wow. I think it's the first of 2 full points, actually, looking at this. All right, nice move. That was in from Bloodsport, the jump kick move. This actually is a decent game if you know how to play it. It is. You have to know how to play it. Nice front kick. Button mashing will not always work in this game. That's the thing. Okay? Oh, another sweep. I think another half point. And this could be Danny's. Oh, no. Turned it back around. Nice sweep. This is the longest challenge ever in Karate Camp. Play a Punk challenge. This is taking a while. I have time for one more after this. Let's see if they can close it out. Oh, nice punch in the face. All right. 1-1, sudden death. Nice sweep. Sweep the leg. It's funny hearing a young kid, four-year-old reference at this point in the show. Nice little low kick there.
Slowly starting to
I thought this would be over 5 minutes ago. This is a battle. Nice sweep. This is almost it. This is almost gonna be sudden death.
It's the All Valley Championship.
Exactly. Nice jump. You didn't get the timing and the spacing correct in this game. That's the thing. Okay. All right. Okay, there you go. Button mashers. Up, Judge. Red. Oh my God, Red pulled it off. Frank came back. Frank, you win a digital download code. You already got your book? Okay. Okay, well then you can win a Frank sticker for yourself. And you can win a Pat sticker. Thanks. Give it up for Frank and Dan. We'll have time for one more challenge here. We'll do time for one more. Okay, let's see. What should we play here? It's good. I don't think we've done this in 4 years to play the Punk here. Let's see, something a little faster. Pro Wrestling, Skater Dice, Sky Kid Smash TV, Sonic, Kung Fu, Contra. How about a balloon fight battle? Who wants to do a balloon fight battle here? First to lose all their lives loses. That's what we're gonna do. Right, who is it? You little guy, come on up. Who's gonna school the youngster here? That balloon fight.
I won last time, so.
You won? We played this like 3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, no ringers at this. Someone we'll be fair here. Someone who hasn't asked a question, how about that? We'll make it more fair, who has participated. How about you on the end? Come on up. What's your name? Jordan? You ever played balloon fight before, Jordan?
Yeah.
Yes. What's your name?
Colton.
Get up for Colton and Jordan here. All right, Jordan, hit select. And then hit start. And you can sabotage others. So Jordan is with the blue hat, and Colton has the red hat. And we'll see who loses first here. Up. Okay, we already have, I think Jordan's down a life already, if I have that right. Oh no, he's not, that was Colton down a life. Okay. I'm getting confused with the balloons versus the hats. All right, never try to sabotage your opponent too here. Up. This is why it makes this game so beautiful. It's like Joust. It's great. Going for the kill there, but trying to sabotage. Oh! All right. Oh! What a move! What a move by was that the youngster pulling that off? Oh no, that was Colton. Okay. One balloon left there. They're hunting each other, and then the enemies just hang out. All the enemies done. All right, round 2. Okay, it's down to the last life for Jordan and one balloon. And Colton looks like it's one life and one balloon. Oh, is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Oh no, looks like Colton takes it. Congratulations. Colton, you win a digital download for the book. Jordan, I'll get you a Pat sticker right here with my shiny face. Thanks. We got time for one more, you think, or are we good here? Want to do one more? A quickie. We'll do a quickie? Do it, but one more. That squeaking's getting to me. All right, who wants to do it? This will be a quick one. This will be a super quick one. Maybe we'll do a Donkey Kong Jr. Math Challenge. How about that? The first one that can do 2 scores correct on this will win. Who wants to Donkey Kong Jr. Math? You in the mask on the end, come on up. How about you on the end? Come on up. Last one. Come on up, put on the time. Rush on over. What's your name?
Justin.
Justin?
Derek?
Give it up for Justin and Derek. Hit start. You get a chance. And hit start again. 2 players. The first to get 2. 85. Justin's on the left.
85?
Yeah. All right.
85.
You want to probably multiply here. So you want to pick a number, and then you want to multiply. You want to do some. I've never seen division ever used properly in this game. Okay. All right. This might take a bit longer than I thought. It looks like. If you hit a number, you'll start from scratch if you're in the middle of something. It looks like. So we have 63. Might be the first to 1 to get to the first number at this point. We're ran out of time. All right, 69. Okay. People are clapping for 69. All right. Kids, we can't tell you why. Okay. 77 we have on the left for Justin, I believe. So you want to do 5 times the number on the right, like anything, 7 or 8. Just grab a number. Uh-oh. 86. Oh, you miscounted here. The school system has not been good for us. Okay.
Make it up to that 1.
We're getting, the crowd is helping. The crowd is helping. Is that it? That's it. Hey, Justin wins. Justin, thanks for playing. You win a download card. What's your name?
Derek.
Derek, you win. You're going to win another Pat sticker. Thanks so much, Derek.
Man, the school system works.
Yes, it kind of did after a while. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming out to my panel. I'll be back at my booth 205 outside the arcade. Say hi to me and Ian. Enjoy the rest of your Portland Retro Gaming Expo.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And to the right are the playlist of the Portland Retro 2022 and some other interesting videos. Thank you.